Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Gayatri. In today's video, I want to share with you about the digestive system in a simpler way. In this tutorial, we are going to look into part of digestive system and the process of digestion. So please stay tuned. So today we are going to discuss digestive system in three parts. The part 1, it will be on the digestive organs and the process of digestion, and the second part it will be focused on the absorption of food material, and in the third part we are going to discuss about the regulation of digestion. So start with the part 1. Digestive system. Do you know what is the digestive system? The organs involved in the breakdown of food are collectively called as the digestive system. There are the two groups of organs compose the digestive system. What are those organs? The first group of organs are known as the gastrointestinal tract, or it is also called as the alimentary canal. Then what are the organs involved in the gastrointestinal tract or alimentary canal? These are the mouth, then followed by the pharynx, then is the esophagus, then the third one is it will be the stomach, then the small intestine and large intestine. They form the tract like the structure, so it is called the gastrointestinal tract, where the digestion of food material takes place. And the second organs are known as the accessory digestive organs. What are the accessory digestive organs? The accessory digestive organs are teeth, tongue, salivary gland, liver, gallbladder and pancreas. What is the role of accessory digestive organs? The accessory digestive organ, they will synthesize or secrete the different type of the juices which will help in the process of digestion. Okay. So now comes to the layers of the gastrointestinal tract. There are the 4 layers of gastrointestinal tract. The outer layer, it is known as the serosa. Serosa, it is made up of the areolar connective tissue and epithelium, as it is the outer layer is rolled in the protection. Okay, it will protect from the wear and tear. Then the second layer is the muscularis. Muscularis, they are formed of smooth muscles. There are the 2 types of smooth muscle. The outer layer is formed of the circular muscles, and the inner layer, it is formed of the longitudinal muscle layer. Then what is the function of circular muscle layer? The circular muscle layer, it will help in increase or decrease the diameter of gastrointestinal tract, whereas the longitudinal muscle, it will help in the lengthening or shortening of the gastrointestinal tract. And in muscularis, they are formed of some nerve complexes. Those are called as the myenteric plexus. Then the third one, it is the submucosal layer. The submucosal layer, it is rich in the nerve complex and the blood vessels. Then what is the role of the nerve complexes? Because when there will be a stimulus, then that nerve impulse, it will help in the synthesis of or the secretion of the gastric juices that will be helping the process of the digestion. Okay, it is also required for the process of absorption also. So the nerves which are found in the submucosal layer, that nerve are called the submucosal plexus. Then the inner layer is the mucosa. Mucosa, it is formed of the epithelium and lamina propria and the muscularis mucosae. Okay, and the mucosa layer, it will synthesize or secrete the mucus. Now comes to the digestion. What is digestion? Digestion is the process by which breakdown of food into small molecules. Okay, digestion is the process by which body break down food into small nutrient molecules. Then the kinds of digestion. There are 2 kinds of digestion. The first one is the mechanical digestion. What is mechanical digestion? In mechanical digestion, food are physically broken down into smaller pieces, like chewing of food in your teeth. Okay, Mechanical means the physical breakdown of food materials. Then the second one is the chemical digestion. Chemical digestion, as its name indicates, that where the food are break down by some chemicals synthesized in our body. Okay. Now comes to the part of digestive system and digestion. So basically the key points of parts of gastrointestinal tract and their mechanical and chemical process of digestion in details and in a simpler way. So here we start. The first part is the mouth. Okay, and mouth also known as, it is also called as the buccal cavity or oral cavity. Then what are the parts present in the mouth? The first part is the salivary glands. Okay, how many salivary glands present in a human? There are the 3 pairs of major salivary glands present. And what is the function of salivary gland? We know that the salivary gland, it helps in secretion of saliva. If we are thinking about some food materials or by seeing some food materials, then also our salivary gland, it start to secrete the saliva. Okay. So the function is the secretion of saliva. And the most important point is that the saliva contains an enzyme. That enzyme is known as the salivary amylase, or is called the ptyalin. Here in diagram, you can see there are the 3 pairs of salivary glands. I told you the first one is the parotoid gland. Okay, and parotoid gland, as its name indicates, that it located inferior and anterior to ears. Okay, parotoid gland, where it is located? It located inferior or anterior to ears. And the second gland is submandibular glands. And the submandibular glands, it located inferior to body of the mandibles. Okay, the lower jaw, it is also known as the mandible, as it is located inferior to the mandible. The second pair of salivary gland is known as the submandibular gland. And the third pair is known as the sublingual gland. And linguals means the tongue. So as it is located beneath the tongue, it is called the sublingual glands. And its function is to secrete the saliva. Saliva, it contains the enzyme. That enzyme is known as the amylase. And what is the function of salivary amylase? It will help in breakdown of starch into maltose. Okay, so the digestion of carbohydrates is started from the mouth. Okay, do you know MOMS is a disease? It is caused by the inflammation of parotoid gland. Then the second part is tongue. The tongue is the accessory digestive organ and it contains the enzyme. That enzyme is known as the lingual lipase. And we know that the lipase means it will help in the digestion of the triglycerides. So this lingual lipase, it will break down the triglycerides into fatty acid and diglycerides. Okay, triglyceride, do you know what is the triglyceride? In triglyceride, 3 molecules of fatty acid, it will be attached with the glycerol. Okay, then that will be broken down into a fatty acid and diglyceride. Diglyceride means the glycerol, it is attached with the 2 molecules of fatty acids. So in the mouth, in addition to the digestion of carbohydrate, also some lipids are also started to be digested in the mouth region. Then the third part is the teeth. We know that the teeth are anchored in the alveolar process of both mandible as well as in the maxilla. Like mandible means the lower jaw and maxilla is the upper jaw part. And what is the function of teeth? It will help in the grinding of food material. In addition to the salivary gland, tongue, teeth, mouth is also has the lips and the cheeks, and that help in keep the food in between the teeth during the process of mastication. Now comes to the mechanical digestion in the mouth. Okay. So mechanical digestion means the physical breakdown of food materials. And what are the mechanical digestion takes place in the mouth? The mechanical digestion is the chewing. Okay. So in chewing process, what will happen? The food is manipulated by the tongue and is grinded by teeth and mixed with the saliva. As a result of that, it will form a soft flexible mass that is known as the bolus. It is called as the bolus. So what is bolus? Bolus is the when food it combined with the saliva. Then the chemical digestion in mouth. Chemical digestion means in our body some chemicals are secreted which help in the digestion. Okay, we have already discussed what are the chemicals are secreted. The first one is there are the two enzymes. The first one is the salivary amylase. It is synthesized by the salivary gland, and the lingual lipase. It is synthesized by tongue. Okay, and we know that what is the function of salivary amylase? It will break down the starch into the smaller molecules like maltose. Maltose is a disaccharide. Disaccharide means it is formed of two carbohydrates. Both are the glucose. Then the trisaccharide maltotriose. Maltotriose, it is formed of 3 molecules of glucose and a short chain of glucose polymers, which is called the dextrin. Okay. So salivary amylase, it will break down the starch into maltose, maltriose, or the short polymers of glucose, which is known as the dextrin. And the second enzyme is lingual lipase, which is synthesized by the tongue. Okay. And what is the function of lipase? It will break down the triglycerides into fatty acid and triglycerides. Next, after the mouth, what is the second part of gastrointestinal tract or the alimentary canal? That is the pharynx. When the food is first swallowed, it passes from mouth to the pharynx. If pharynx, it is a funnel-shaped tube that extends from the internal nares into esophagus posteriorly. Okay, and the muscular contraction that help propel the food from pharynx to the esophagus. Then from esophagus, the food it will be entering into the stomach. Okay, so now comes to esophagus. Esophagus it is a muscular tube of 25 cm long and that lies posterior to the trachea. Okay, we know that trachea is also known as the windpipe. Okay, and during the process of the swallowing, what will happen? The epiglottis, which will cover the larynx, which is present with the entrance to the trachea, so that food materials cannot enter into the trachea. Okay, and that will be open during the process of respiration. We are going to discuss more about it when we will discuss about the respiratory system. Okay, esophagus, it don't have any digestive enzymes. Okay, it only secretes the mucus which help in transportation of food material to the stomach. Okay, esophageal stage of swallowing, it begins when the bolus enter to the esophagus. Okay, so how the food from esophagus it will be moved into the stomach? For that, it requires the peristalsis. Peristalsis is a process of contraction of muscular layer that will help in passage of bolus from esophagus layer to the stomach. Okay, so now comes to stomach. Stomach, it is a J-shaped organ and it's connect esophagus anteriorly and posteriorly to the duodenum. Duodenum, it is the first part of esophagus anteriorly, and the duodenum is the first part of small intestine. Okay, and the stomach, it is also formed of the 4 layers. The outer layer is the serosa, Serosa, it is formed of simple squamous cell epithelium as well as the connective tissue. It is the outer layer. Then the muscularis. Muscularis, we have seen that the muscularis in the gastrointestinal tract, basically it is formed of the 2 layers, but in the stomach it is formed of 3 layers. The outer is the longitudinal layer, and middle is the circular layer, and inner is a oblique layer. Then the submucosa. The submucosal part, it is formed of areolar connective tissue and the smooth muscle cells. And the inner layer is mucosal layer, and inner layer is mucosa. And the mucosa, it contains the lamina propria. Okay, it contains the lamina propria, and the epithelial cells, here you can see epithelial cell extend down into lamina propria, okay, where they forms column of secretory cells. That column of secretory cells are called the gastric glands. Okay, that column of secretory cells are called the gastric glands, and the secretion of gastric gland that flows into the secretion of, here is the gastric gland, and the secretion of gastric gland that flows into gastric pits, and then from the gastric pits it will enter into the lumen of stomach. Okay, so the mucosal layer, it synthesizes the gastric juices. So what are the gastric juices? Gastric juices is the combined secretion of not only from the mucosal cells but also from the parietal cells and the chief cells. Okay, so gastric juice, which is secreted by the gastric glands, they are the combined secretion of mucosal cells, parietal cells and chief cells. So here in the diagram you see this is the lamina propria. This is the lamina propria where the epithelial cells are extended and it forms the gastric gland, and the gastric gland, it synthesizes the gastric juices into gastric pit. Then from that it will enter into the lumen of stomach. So the surface of mucous cells, it will secrete the mucose, and surface of mucose, just see the spelling, okay, mucus. Then the mucous neck cell, it will also secrete the mucous layer, and this mucous layer is very important, okay, because the mucous cell that will secrete the mucus, it is alkaline, and this alkaline, it protects the stomach epithelial cell from acidic gastric juice. Okay, then the parietal cell. Parietal cell, what it will be synthesize? Parietal cell, it will synthesize the hydrochloric acid. You have to remember which cell synthesize what. Okay, parietal cell, it will synthesize the hydrochloric acid, and chief cell, it will secrete the pepsinogen and gastric lipase. Pepsinogen, it is the inactive form. Okay, we are going to discuss about it in our upcoming slides. And G cell, it will secrete the hormone. That hormone is known as the gastrin. Okay, so the mucous cell, it synthesizes the mucus, and the parietal cell synthesize the hydrochloric acid. Its parietal cell, it secretes the hydrochloric acid, whereas the chief cell, it secretes the pepsinogens, and G cell, it secretes the gastrin. Now comes to the digestion in the stomach. Okay, we know there are the two kinds of digestion. One is the mechanical digestion, and the second one is the chemical digestion. So first we will discuss about the mechanical digestion in the stomach. Okay, so when the food, it will be enter into the stomach, then the mixing waves, they mix the food with the secretion of gastric gland. Okay, when the food, it will enter into the stomach, then the mixing waves, it mixes the food with the secretion of gastric gland, that is the gastric juice, to form a soupy liquid that is called as the chyme. Okay, so what is bolus? Bolus is the when food, it mixed with the saliva. Okay, then what is chyme? Chyme is that when the bolus, it combines with the gastric juice to form a soupy liquid that is called the chyme. As the digestion proceeds in the stomach, then what will happen? The more vigorous mixing wave begins at the body of the stomach and then intensify the food to reach the pylorus. Then what will happen when the food they will reach the pylorus? Okay, its mixing wave periodically force the 3 ml of chyme into duodenum through pyloric sphincter. The pyloric sphincter, it is almost closed, but not completely closed. Okay, and that pyloric sphincter, it will open when the food it reaches the pylorus, and that help in passing of the chyme from the stomach to duodenum, and that is known as the gastric emptying. Okay. So now we'll see the regulation of HCl secretion. I told you that the parietal cell, it secretes the hydrochloric acid. Which cell secretes the hydrochloric acid? The cell is known as the parietal cell. So question is, how the parietal cell secrete the hydrochloric acid? Okay. So hydrochloric acid secretion in parietal cell is stimulated by different hormones like acetylcholine, gastrin and histamine. Okay, you see this one is the parietal cell, this one is the parietal cell, and the surface of the parietal cell that faces towards the interstitial fluid is known as the basolateral membrane. Okay, the surface of parietal cell which is faces toward the interstitial fluid, that is known as the basolateral membrane. And the membrane of parietal cell which faces toward the lumen of stomach, that membrane is called as apical membrane. And in the surface of parietal cell, there are different receptors are present, like a receptor for acetylcholine receptor, gastrin receptor and the histamine receptor. When this receptor it binds to their respective ligand, then parietal cell it secretes hydrochloric acid. So don't get confused with the histamine, because the histamine receptor which is present in the parietal cell, when it binds to the receptor it secretes the hydrochloric acid. But in the immunology, you know that histamine has different role in allergic reaction because the receptor is different there. Okay, and now comes to the secretion of hydrochloric acid by parietal cell in stomach. So how the parietal cell it secretes the hydrochloric acid? Okay, the parietal cell, like, it does not secrete the hydrochloric acid as one, it secretes the hydrogen ion and chloride. So how it secretes? Let's see. So you know this is the parietal cell, and the layer which faces toward the interstitial fluid is called the basolateral membrane, and this layer which is placed in the lumen of stomach is known as the apical membrane. So what will happen in first step, parietal cell, water molecule it will combine with the carbon dioxide. In presence of enzyme, Ca is the carbonic anhydrase. Okay, Ca is the carbonic anhydrase. It will form the carbonic acid. Okay, then this carbonic acid it will split into hydrogen ion and bicarbonate ion. Then the bicarbonate ion it moves from the parietal cell to the interstitial fluid by a bicarbonate chloride antiporter which is present in the basolateral membrane of parietal cell. Here you can see this one is the bicarbonate and chloride antiporter. Where it is present? It is present in the basolateral membrane of parietal cell. So the bicarbonate ion it moves out and chloride ion it enter into the parietal cell. Then this chloride ion through the chloride ion channel which is present in the apical membrane, it will transport the chloride ion into lumen of stomach by chloride channel. in the apical membrane there is a presence of the transporter. Okay, that transporter is known as the proton pump, which is called as the hydrogen potassium ATPase. Here you can see there is a presence of hydrogen potassium ATPase. So the hydrogen, which is formed by the splitting of carbonic acid, now it will pass from parietal cells to the stomach lumen, by proton pump, hydrogen potassium proton pump. The hydrogen ion moves out, one potassium ion moves into the parietal cell. So that's why both the hydrogen ion and the chloride ion is secreted into lumen of stomach by parietal cells. So that's all about the mechanical digestion in the stomach. Now comes to chemical digestion in stomach. Okay, this one is the chemical digestion. Chemical digestion in the stomach. Enzymatic digestion of protein begins in the stomach. Okay, in the mouth the digestion of carbohydrate started. In stomach, digestion of protein started. I have told you the chief cell, it secretes the enzyme. That enzyme is known as the pepsinogen. Okay, the chief cell, it secretes the enzyme. That enzyme is known as the pepsinogen, and this pepsinogen, it cannot break down the protein because it is inactive form. Okay, the pepsinogen is inactive form. When pepsinogen, it comes in contact with the hydrochloric acid, when pepsinogen come in contact with the hydrochloric acid, which is secreted by the parietal cell, then this pepsinogen, it will activate into pepsin molecule. Okay, and this pepsin molecule, which will help in the proteolytic degradation of proteins. Okay, and we know that I have also told you before that the stomach epithelial cells, they are protected from the gastric juice by the thick alkaline mucus secreted by mucous cells or mucous neck cells. As the stomach, it secretes the hydrochloric acid and it is the acidic environment which help in the digestion of the protein. So how is own epithelial cell get protected? It gets protected because of the secretion of alkaline mucus by the surface mucous cell and mucosa neck cells. Okay. Then in stomach there is another enzyme. That enzyme is known as the gastric lipase. Lipase means it will degrade the lipid molecule or the triglyceride. So lipase, it will split the short chain of triglycerides. Triglycerides are mostly the fats and the oils in fat molecule, okay, into fatty acid and monoglyceride. After that, what will happen? From stomach, the chyme, it will be passes into small intestine. The remaining part of digestion we are going to discuss in our next video, and that will cover digestion in small intestine, large intestine, as well as we are going to solve previous year CS and NET question related to digestion. Thank you for watching my video. If you are new to my channel, then please don't forget to subscribe my channel for more videos. Bye bye. See you in my next video.